Recorded Books presents Still My Forever by Kim Vogel Sawyer, narrated by Barbara Mcculloh. Chapter 1. Falke, Kansas, a Mennonite community, 1905, Ava Flaming. "Is that the train I hear?" Ava gave a start and turned from placing Papa's freshly starched and folded shirts in the bureau drawer. Mama lay with her eyes closed, but her fine brows were arched in query. Ava pushed the drawer shut with her hip and hurried to the side of the bed. "Yo, it is." She smoothed her mother's once thick dark hair, now more gray than brown, away from Mama's cheek, and grimaced. Mama's pallor was nearly as white as the pillowcase cradling her head. Why hadn't she listened yesterday, when both Ava and Papa told her the gardening would be too much for her? Oh, how stockopisch Mama could be. But then, Ava was often accused of stubbornness too. She knew from which parent the characteristic was passed. Mama opened one eye and pinned Ava with a narrow glare. "I wish your Foda had given more thought to the wisdom of building a house so close to the rail lines. The trains rattle the windows. I often worry our little house will shake itself from the foundation." Ava smiled to herself. The rail lines had been laid 3 years after Papa set their stone foundation, but of course Mama knew this. Once, when she chided Papa about their close proximity to the silver tracks, Papa asked her how he was to know the railroad would choose to run lines behind their house. Mama pointed at him and said with eyes alight, "Oh, my husband, I used to believe you know everything. Now, I am not so sure." And they all laughed. Ava missed the days when Mama teased and laughed. She sat on the edge of the mattress and gently patted her mother's vein-lined hand. "When Falke's post office was right here in our house, our close location to the railroad line was fortuitous. You thought so yourself. Besides, our house is built solid. Not even last year's tornado shifted it from its foundation, and a tornado is much more powerful than a passing train. Do you really worry about such things?" A sigh eased from between Mama's chapped lips. "If you are Namudda, you worry. It goes with the title. You'll find out someday when you have children." Ava looked aside. She wished Mama wouldn't say such things. Of course, Mama wanted to see her only daughter married and raising children of her own. Maybe even more, now that Ava's brothers were gone. Who else would give her and Papa grotkinya to spoil? But Ava was 21 already. The unlikelihood of marriage became greater with each passing year. Maybe she should stop, stubbornly refusing her one persistent prospect. She inwardly cringed. Nah, even for a home and children of her own, she couldn't marry someone she didn't love, no matter how much Joseph claimed to love her. "As often as it stops here in Falke, we should have our own depot." Mama rolled to her side. "Please close the window. I don't wish to hear the squeal as it leaves town." Ava started to argue. The raised window allowed the sweet spring breeze to waft in. Despite her often gloomy thoughts concerning her single state and Mama's poor health, she always found a measure of joy in the glorious sense of new life burgeoning. Might the freshness have the power to revive Mama's spirits, too? But Ava hadn't won yesterday's argument about who should plant the vegetable garden. She'd only further weary Mama by arguing today. Ava crossed to the window, settled it in its sash, then stood with her fingertips on the sill. She gazed at the black locomotive's dust-smudged nose, seeming to poke out from behind the family's barn. The engine's vibration gently rattled the house, sending shivers from her fingers
Sample complete. Ready to continue?